From downtown to the counties, time now for the Top 7 at 7, where we bring you the 7 stories making the biggest impact in your communities tonight.
We're hearing from some neighbors about how they're feeling after a double homicide took the lives of a husband and wife in Pasadena. Sunday afternoon, a 911 call came from inside the home of 54-year-old Jenna and 56-year-old William Hayes. When police arrived, they found the husband and wife suffering from gunshot wounds. They were pronounced dead at the scene. Less than 5 hours later, police arrested 61-year-old Anthony Lewis Reyes as a suspect in the shooting. According to police, Reyes had both a personal and business relationship with the victims, who ran a home improvement business from inside their home. Neighbors who heard the shooting say they can't believe it happened.
We love each other, take care of each other, so when an act of violence like that happens, the entire community is shaken up. And it's unfortunate that things like this are happening.
Charging documents allege that Anthony Reyes and William Hayes were having a verbal disagreement over money just before the shooting. Reyes is charged with first and second degree murder and several assault charges and is being held without bond. Janae Wright, WMAR-2 News.
Just a week shy of a self-imposed deadline, the state reports that only one foster child remains in a hotel. I'm Blair Sable in Baltimore, where the high-profile death of a teenager under the state's watch at this residence inn has led to some significant changes at the Department of Human Services. Kanaya Ward was found unresponsive the morning of September 22nd. The medical examiner ruled her death a suicide by overdose of the active ingredient found in Benadryl. She had been receiving one-on-one care through a third-party contractor and living at the hotel.
I have no idea what happened. I'm a one-on-one for a client, and I went to wake her up for school, and she didn't wake up.
Since her death, DHS has been under intense pressure to remove all fosters from hotels, a move in the right direction, according to one advocate I spoke with, but they still have their concerns.
I take the secretary at his word if he says that they've identified appropriate placements. I'm sure that's true, but I think given everything that's happened, the public would feel a lot better if there was more transparency from DHS.
The state's investigation into Ward's death remains ongoing. In Baltimore, Blair Sable, WMAR-2 News.
A person was hit and killed by a metro train late Sunday night. Baltimore County fire officials confirm it happened near the Owings Mills metro station. MTA suspended service between Owings Mills and Milford Mill while crews were on the scene for a couple of hours. Trains are now up and running again. No other details have been released.
An alleged arsonist will remain behind bars. I'm Jeff Hager, standing outside a district courthouse in Baltimore, where a judge has denied bail for a man accused of setting a fire which cost 3 firefighters their lives. 57-year-old James Barnett faces a series of charges including arson and 3 counts of second-degree murder after 3 firefighters died entering the burning building after reports that people may be trapped inside. Court records suggest Barnett had once squatted in the building in the 200 block of South Stricker Street, but had been forced to leave, only to come back much later to set it on fire with a butane lighter.
I just can't imagine. Like I said, I work with death every day. People go to work, have heart attacks, but not somebody go to work and get burned up or die in the line of duty. I'll never forget that. Never.
The judge denied bail for Barnett after a review of his extensive criminal convictions and after prosecutors claimed he set the Stricker Street property on fire knowing people occupied attached row houses. In Baltimore, Jeff Hager, WMAR-2 News.
I'm Sayera Williams, your Voice for Veterans reporter. In a Baltimore County, American Legion Post is taking on one of the nation's biggest challenges, veteran suicide, and they're using a program to help get people talking. American Legion Post 130 in Perry Hall is working to change that through the national Be the One campaign. The Post brings mental health professionals, VA counselors, and trained volunteers to teach members how to recognize the warning signs and reach out before a crisis escalates. They also use what they call buddy checks, encouraging veterans to talk openly about stress, depression, and any thoughts of self-harm. Members with Post 130 says those efforts are already saving lives. Leaders report at least 11 veterans have been directly helped after coming through their doors or connecting with the resources. They're expanding their outreach this year by opening future events to veterans' families and the wider community, keeping one goal in mind, making sure no veteran feels alone when they come home. In Perry Hall, Sierra Williams, WMAR-2 News.
Tomorrow, we'll learn more about what caused the Dali to hit the Francis Scott Key Bridge. That National Transportation Safety Board will hold a public board meeting where they will vote on the findings and make safety recommendations. The Dali lost power while leaving Baltimore last March, striking the bridge and causing its collapse. 6 construction workers on the bridge died.
I'm Jack Watson at One Winning Drive in Owings Mills. It was a hard-nosed AFC North victory, and it wasn't pretty. But a win against the Browns on Sunday keeps the Ravens on track to recover from their early season stumbles. The Ravens rallied for 13 points in the fourth quarter, including a rushing touchdown for Mark Andrews late in the game. The defense stood strong against rookie Shedeur Sanders, who came in for an injured Dylan Gabriel. As the season rolls on, head coach John Harbaugh says they want to improve in the red zone and not have to settle for 3 so often.
A lot of different things. Each play is a little bit different. Some plays could have been executed better. Some plays they did a great job of defending. Tried to run it a couple times, maybe didn't get it in, but bigger picture is, that's an important part of the field for us. We want to score touchdowns down there,
The Ravens host the Jets at M&T Bank Stadium this weekend, and a win would put the Ravens above 500 for the first time this season. In Owings Mills, Jack Watson, WMAR-2 News.